in my phone.
Court is in session with Ryan in Sacktown on If You Don't Like That. Now, Ryan in Sacktown.
Oh, must be Ryno.
Of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it.
It's a Tuesday. It's a grievance. I have a grievance with myself. I'll get into it in a minute. We've got a doubleheader today for you on the channel. Grant and I will be back 7 o'clock tonight doing Grant and Ryno. That's always a fun show. We'll kick around what's going on in the world of sports, kind of the slow time, but this is where we get to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more flexibility in what we do here on the channel, what we talk about, and where we go. I kind of let y'all steer the ship when it comes to this show at times. So if you want to take the show a certain way, you can. Would love for that to happen. If not, you know, I've got a couple things planned out. I got to tell you about my morning. And that's what my grievance is.
The airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it.
And by the way, I'm on edge right now. So some of you that have been with me for a really long time, you know, there's this one big bugaboo that I get in big trouble for if I do. I'm notorious for taking a drink from the fridge and putting it into the freezer. And 9 times out of 10, because I want to get it like colder than what the fridge does, but I don't want it to freeze. And 9 times out of 10, I always remember it's there. But that one time I get in massive trouble, especially if it's like a cherry Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper and it explodes everywhere. I forgot a soda water in the freezer right before this show.
The airing of grievances.
So I can't walk
I got
away.
a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it.
But no, in all seriousness, this morning, this was my true.
The airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it.
Wake up in the morning, I try to say BBE, Bible before everything. Get into it before you get distracted. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't look at my phone. Doesn't mean that, you know, I don't grab a cup of coffee, wash my face, etc. But today I did not follow it. I cracked open social media, and the first thing I saw was a picture of Shams saying LeBron is headed to the Philadelphia 76ers. I rejoiced. I'm like,
yeah,
yes,
sure.
it's over. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's LeBron, by the way. If you hear this today, that's LeBron. I'm like, it's over. I immediately then get to my phone. I'm trying to get the thumbnails. I'm going AI. Okay, LeBron to Philly. Let's get the show up. Everything else. And it takes me. I even posted the show saying LeBron was in Philly. And then I realized it was the fake Shams. So, Ryno, my grievance.
The airing of grievances.
And now
I got a lot of problems with you
transparent
people.
about
Now
it.
you're gonna hear about it.
But that does not mean that things have been silent on that front. This game, which I have already laid out, and I said we're not going to break down any further until he makes a decision, is just getting more and more out of control. Adam Silver, we told you about the Kings. They rolled out their preseason schedule yesterday. Adam Silver, a few days ago, talked about LeBag and the schedule being held up.
Politics are local. The way I think about it is we have to finish up the schedule.
Right.
And where LeBron plays will affect the schedule. So I would like him to make his announcement already so we can finish the schedule, because as you might imagine, the teams are calling us, the networks are calling us, and everybody wants to lock in the schedule. But it will influence how we set the schedule, how we set opening week, Christmas Day, etc. So I need him to make a decision. But the direct answer is I have no inside information.
So if Adam's saying that publicly, then there's a bigger push on the back end. And Justin hits what I was about to get to. It's exactly what happened. Rich Paul comes out on his podcast and on another show, and he's kissing up to the commish, but in the same sentence, in the same breath, saying LeBron has earned the right to be able to do this. Here's Rich Paul.
Seriousness, I think, Pat, when you put yourself in this position, has there ever been someone who gets to a place to where they can honestly decide with full clarity and choosing whatever they decide, whatever they choose as pertains to continuing to play a sport, or where you're going to go to continue your professional career with full clarity? Normally, we are manipulated by a financial component, and in this case, he's not. And so I think that it's a very unique position to be in, and it's something that I think, again, you have to be happy for a guy who's earned it. I asked him to find humility and peace while still playing the game, and if he can do that moving forward. I personally don't like to think about the end of it because he's got so much left in the tank, but that's his choice. He has his family and things of that nature. So, but me personally, I don't like to think about that.
Just spewing BS. Like, he's just like, he doesn't know what he's gonna say before he says it. He is just straight up ad-libbing, and he did that also on his podcast. Check this out.
Say it again. None of these people know anything. Nobody knows nothing. And I say that respectfully because we haven't made it to where anybody knows anything.
But let me take your temperature on something.
Sure. But no, let me finish
okay,
first.
let me
finish. So I think it's important for people to understand we're not making this about attention and a spectacle. It's not about a decision or anything like that. He has a choice to make. He has a business choice to make. We're not going to sit here and decide or allow someone else to decide when he makes that decision or that choice. It's a business choice that he's making. And
what did I say all along? This is not a basketball choice. This is a business choice that he's making. And at this point, I think, and as crazy and as hot of a take as it is, I think he's really hurting part of his legacy. And I think if he ends up in Philadelphia, I hope he ends up in Philadelphia, because the memes, the jokes, like, if he ends up in Philadelphia, you're going to have a starting five. Like, half of them look like they're over the age of 50. Embiid already looks like he's getting an AARP letter in the mail, right? Why don't you go find Greg Oden? Sign him to the Sixers. When he was like 21, no, 19, he looked like he was 61, right? And then you've got LeBron, and I can go on and go on. But if he ends up in Philly, how do you really look back at his career? And I don't want to get into I already told you my goats. We talked about it earlier. Was it earlier this week or last week? It was last week. We talked about it. So I don't want to get into that conversation, but I look at like a Kevin Durant, right? And what does Durant get knocked for? Kevin Durant gets knocked for championship chasing. He could never do it on his own, right? And okay, do I agree with it? Kind of. It's a little bit of a slight. Now, he was the go-to guy in many instances and hit the huge three for them in the finals that put them over the edge when they did win a championship. But I look at somebody like him, and then I look at LeBron. Okay, you get drafted to Cleveland, right? And then you go to Miami. You're championship chasing. Then you go back to Cleveland. Great move. Awesome move. He did it on his own to a degree in Cleveland. He got that one, but what did he go back to? Championship chasing. Let's go to Los Angeles. So if you end up in Philly, and I'm not going to call that bubble championship a regular championship. That was anything but regular with everything going on in the world and why the bubble even happened. A lot of people don't realize this. Having the bubble come back was as much a financial decision by the teams as it was like a let's get back to basketball decision, because the local carriers of your team, so for us, it's NBC California, in their contracts, they have a specific number of games that they get to cover. If they do not get those games, that contract is now voided. And that's a lot of money that would be going back to NBC California. And so it was that way across the board with a lot of the other local networks. And so that's why you had like 2 or 3 games in the bubble on NBCCA. And so anyways, I look at the bubble thing as a different thing altogether. But if you go to Philly, it's the most obvious of championship chasing options. So, like, how can you make that argument at Kevin Durant and other players and not include LeBron in that conversation? It's getting out of hand. I can't imagine what Adam Silver and the league are doing. And again, this was by design. I came on this show weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I think I said somebody that I talked to that is a national reporter for the NBA at the California Classic said, do not expect a decision anytime soon. It's not coming imminently. It's going to be a while. And look at where we sit today. That's where we're at. So, Haunted Horse up in the chat. Michael Jordan, LeBron James equals jackass. Is that a donkey? Is that what that is? Good job by you. The only pure part of LeBron's career was his first stint with the Cavs. When he couldn't get it done there, he went ring chasing for the rest of his career. That is a knock on his legacy. Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the bigger conversation. I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but it's if he goes back to Cleveland, I am not going to categorize that as ring chasing because that Cleveland team still has some significant holes that need to be filled. Although they made it to the conference finals, there's some hurdles to him going back to Cleveland because he does not reportedly want to play with James Harden. I understand that as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Side note, really quick. Side note. My phone has not stopped ringing for the last 6 days from 12 to 3 p.m. Like non-stop ringing, text messaging, mostly text messaging, maybe a call here or there from somebody that has been trying to get on the Jim Rome show. It's getting so bad that I sent Romy $5 today on a super chat just to tell him to asking to put the damn guy on the air. Like, put him on the air, Jim. Like, you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. Like, it feels like a bill collector is chasing me. And he has a tendency to do that because as much as there is a show within the show with the Jim Rome clones and whatever, there is a group of us that's pretty close. Like, we get it. The show is what it is. There's other people that it's a lifestyle. It's like what they live for. And this guy is one of those guys. And he's a nice guy. He's a harmless dude. But, oh, my gosh. That didn't – you know what that got me? That got me 3 more phone calls and 6 more text messages since doing that. Oh, my gosh. Horse knows. Parody Larry is calling. Yeah, Parody Larry. You want to call this show? I'll take your parody. If you have a LeBron parody, go ahead. Shoot it here, Larry. Would love to have you. Do-do-do-do. Would have had one less ring. Ray Allen didn't hit that 3-pointer. Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy. Spurs beat the Cavs in 2007. Yes, they did. The opposite was true the year before that. I felt for Kawhi missing those free throws. Glad they bounced back on that. Yeah, we hit that. We got you, Lynn. At least LeBron has done it on his own and chasing. Yeah, it's true. But he's chased more than he's done it on its own. Is that a fair statement? I think that's pretty fair. And you had who did they sign after LeBron signed there? I think Kyrie was already there. Obviously, I think Kevin Love came in, and then the group of LeBron cronies that always come with him. I think Damon Jones was part of that group, J.R. Smith, etc. It sounds like Shaq, near the end of his career, the year in Cleveland, a year somewhere else, I think overall. I'll be all right. Yeah, look, Shaq was different though. Shaq had fun with it. This is just straight up to me egotism, nepotism. It's sad. That's the best word that I could put. It is sad. And I've got to think the other teams that are in this chase, and Rich Paul coming out and saying that teams have reached out and asked, is there anything more we can do? Like, can we be real? Like, if you are one of the teams that wants LeBron, that's not a make or break piece anymore. From a business standpoint, it's a good piece. You're going to sell a lot of jerseys, right? Ticket prices are going to go up. So that part of it almost feels like the business end of having LeBron James is more important than the basketball end of having LeBron James. But to come out and say these teams are like, what can we do more? Is there anything else we can do? It's sad. It's just really, really sad, because I've said it all week. I said it before, as soon as he was not going to be back with the Lakers, which there's speculation the Lakers told him they didn't want him back. That's not my speculation, but there is for it. But it's just sad because all the attention is going to be on you anyways. I mean, this is 10 times worse than Aaron Rodgers. Are you going back to Pittsburgh? Brett Favre, is he coming back? That was like a genuine decision. Am I going to play football or not? This is not that. This is where am I going to play? And I would bet a lot of the younger guys, like if you're going to like a Tyrese Maxey, they've got to be giggling a little bit. Like, are we serious here? Like, really? Like, come on. What's up, Flores? Is this not Adam Silver's fault for giving LeBron this much power? No, well, no, you can't. Okay. I think there is an ethical responsibility. If you are just with whatever you all do for a living, there's the rules, and then there's the unwritten rules. There's the ethos, the ethics of how to do business in the NBA. LeBron is not breaking any rules right now as an unrestricted free agent. Russell Westbrook is an unrestricted free agent. It just so happens that because of LeBron's stature, because of what comes with him, both domestically and internationally, when it comes to a following, it impacts league business. A free agent of his caliber, if LeBron was in the prime of his career right now, this would still be ridiculous. But that's what makes it that much more laughable. And I hate to see somebody that has been at the forefront of some really good things in sports, like taking care of your body, longevity. He's done a lot of good, but in this case, ethically, he's over the line. And that's where it's like Adam Silver has not done anything to give him too much power here. This is a collectively bargained thing. He's a UFA. There's a lot of UFAs. He's no different. The rules are not different for him than they are any other unrestricted free agents. It just so happens that, it's going to affect the league's business if this continues. And Adam, again, for Adam Silver to have to come out and say that, if you're just joining the show, we played this a couple days ago, but this was Adam Silver. I mean, this is stuff that would usually be back and forth like in the Rich Paul LeBron camp and the league. And so Adam saying, and for a guy like Adam, that most times I say his biggest flaw as a commissioner is his indecisiveness. It's not taking action. He took some action here by going public with it.
Politics are local. The way I think about it is we have to finish up the schedule.
Right.
And where LeBron plays will affect the schedule. So I would like him to make his announcement already so we can finish the schedule, because as you might imagine, the teams are calling us, the networks are calling us, and everybody wants to lock in the schedule. But it will influence how we set the schedule, how we set opening week, Christmas Day, etc. So I need him to make a decision. But the direct answer is I have no inside information.
So let's think about this for a second. And Andre, I see you, brother. I'm sorry that you got stuff going on. I'll keep you in my prayers, brother. Thanks for checking in. If there's anything we or the King's Court community can do, just holler. Okay, be thinking about you, brother. The Warriors. So the teams that we're talking about, the Heat are already going to be on national TV, the Max. Okay, so that's a Max Natty TV team. That's going to be a Christmas Day team. Cleveland, it would be up in the air. But my understanding is he's not going to Cleveland. So I kind of X them out. They would not be a Max national TV team. Golden State would not be a Max national TV team, even though you still have Steph and Jimmy at some point. What are the other possibilities? He's not going back to LA. I mean, those are Philly. Excuse me. I didn't say them. They're probably close to a Max national TV team. So I'm sure behind the scenes, like that's what Rich Paul is saying. And don't think for a second, like they're not giving like little crumbs here and there. Like if Adam's saying, well, it's going to affect how we schedule Golden State, like I'm sure LeBron's camp would say, well, he's not going to Golden State. But then Adam's going to push back. Well, then just make the damn decision. You get what I'm saying. This is just belabored. It's nauseating. I'm sick of it. I hate talking about it. And it's something for me that is this in combination with how the All-Star game has changed under LeBron's watch. I'm not going to put rest management on him. I am not going to do that. I'm going to put that more on Popovich and Steve Kerr. But the way that players of his generation ruined the All-Star game, and I know that for some that's a small thing. For some, they don't even tune in. But to disrespect the commissioner in some ways that they have by not going out there and giving any effort to the game, to what's given to them, they're not giving back. That's going to be a big knock for me on his legacy. It's just a bad mindset. You can't be someone of LeBron James's mindset and also have that alter mindset, that alter ego. Like those things usually are mutually exclusive. They're not together. So luckily Wemby's kind of turning that around. So that's going to be a knock on him for me. The off the court, the attention, even though all attention will always be on him, calling out refs, acting like a child. Like it stinks. You hate to see somebody just kind of, I don't know, throwing gas on their fire. I guess that would be the best way to put it. LeBron had an unbelievable year, but this is totally cringe. I'm looking forward to the generation of aging stars to retire. Yeah, look, I'm Steph Curry. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a hard one to lose because he, in so many ways, has been the nemesis of LeBron James. His availability, like one of the coolest things about Steph Curry, and I know I say it all the time, he's changed 2 positions in the NBA while only playing 1. It's true, he has, But think about Steph's routine. Him going through his routine that he does before every single game, he doesn't have to do that while the fans are in the building. LeBron doesn't do it when the fans are in the building. LeBron does it before the fans get in the building. So if you want to go see what his workouts look like, if you're a youngster and you want to get better, then you got to go search it up on YouTube. But wherever Steph Curry plays, if he is playing in that game, he goes out and he does that exact same warm-up in front of the fans that are let in the building. He waits for the fans to come in. And to me, that is on purpose. To me, that is Steph giving back to the game. I'll never forget when we played at Arco Arena. It was middle school. We got to play at Arco. And besides a really funny video that came from that of my brother, which he knows and I'm not going to share, one of the coolest things that I got to see was we got to stay in the arena after our game ended, and Ray Allen came out way early. So we're up in the second deck. We're chilling up by the Skyline Lounge, and getting to see Ray Allen's workout and seeing what he did, seeing things that I had never seen before in terms of drills, like that had a huge impact on me. And Ray Allen's workouts are notorious. They're near the top of some of the guys that, grind the hardest when nobody's watching. But back to Steph, he does that when people are watching, when the kids are watching. Because if I was an 8, 9, 10-year-old kid and I got to see Steph Curry do his warm-up, I would be ready to run through a wall. I would be asking my dad to film that. There were so many great fundamental things you can get from that. And then there's fun stuff too. He does the half-court shots. He does the shot from the tunnel. He's giving back to the game. He's giving back to the next generation. And so to see Steph go, especially because it does look like he'll play for one team his entire career, that's gonna stink. I'm gonna miss that. I am not gonna look at Steph I'm gonna look at Steph a notch ahead of LeBron James when it comes to professionalism, when it comes to again giving back to the game that has given to them so much. So it stinks. I'm tired of talking about it, and I keep getting dragged back into it. Career, not year. Yeah, hear you. After yesterday's win, Paolo has a high probability of winning his fifth championship and 4 in a row. Okay, gotcha. All right, Lynn. See you. Lynn doing his show in the chat. All good. If you want to do your show in the chat, you can do that. Wasn't yesterday that Ryan said, I won't go in the Jim Rome chat? I might get addicted. Yeah, I went in today. I was there for like 30 minutes. Yeah. Dude, you guys are you're at a different, I don't know what you all are doing in there, man. You're just doing something. Like everybody does their own thing here, and that's what I love about this platform and the King's Court. But that chat, that's a whole nother animal. Holy crap, man. It's pretty funny. If win number 5, or Lynn doing his show, this is the Lynn the Spurs fan show on the King's Court. If win number 5, Paolo will be 2 behind AJ Foyt and 1 behind Dixon. I think I know Dixon's first name. Scott, right? Scott Dixon. Is that right? So anyways, I was going to pose that question because of what's going on with my buddy, and I call him a friend. He's a friend of Haunted Horse too, trying to get on the Jim Rome show. Oh my gosh. Have you all ever had a really good moment or a really bad moment calling a sports show? I'm just curious. I would love to hear your story. I also have, because it's kind of the slow time of the year, and we did the Wrestling Jeopardy, which we're not doing today. Don't run. Don't turn the channel off. We're not going to do Wrestling Jeopardy. But I found this. I thought this might be kind of fun. We can do this if we want as the show goes along. It is 50 questions to test your basketball knowledge. Thought that might be a good time. Let me show you. Like, and anybody can play. That's the thing. You don't have to know a ton about basketball to get into this. Like, I think the first question, I'll run this back because I heard the first question. It's relatively easy.
Welcome to the Sports Quiz Challenge. Today we have the ultimate NBA trivia challenge for you. 50 questions that get harder as you go. We're starting with some easy ones, but if you make it to the end, you're a true hoops genius. Let's get started with the easy round. How many players are on the court for one team during a regulation NBA game?
Haunted Horse might not know that. He's literally calling me right now. By the way, you know what? We might as well do this. Do I have Stucknut somewhere? I know I've got Stucknut fired up somewhere. This is the guy that we're talking about. Let's see if I can find some of his stuff. Y'all might get it. This is the guy that wants to get in on, you know, he might have done a parody on me at one point. I'm almost certain he did a parody on me one time. But let's see. Can we find... This is from... Let's see if we...
I want to go with something that's a little bit off the board, and I will in a minute. A couple of quick tweets. D-Rod223 saw a favor and take him out in his cabin. The guy drive me. You are a monster, Jim Rome was.
Do-do-do-do.
It's Sean.
Do-do-do-do.
This is him.
It's Sean Beasy tweets. Hawk doesn't know what 3 times 10 is. I'll bet you he knows how Hot Pockets come in a box. It's 50 hours on hold. 3 times 50 hours on says that's 50 hour wait. War Fake Rex's 50-hour wait. The simple math says that's 50 hours on hold. Not so simple math, apparently, right? All right, so he was on hold all 3 hours for 10 shows. 3 times 10, the simple math will tell you, is 50. The simple math says that's 50 hours on hold. Wow, Hawk, you are a dumb guy. You're a really good producer, but a really dumb guy. The simple math, 3 times 10 equals 50. The simple math says that's 50 hours on hold.
Okay, I'm looking for a parody.
Keep digging, Hawk. Keep digging.
And I know he's probably sent me like 4.
Hawk, I keep trying to put you out there as a great producer, but you're not making my job any easier. Like, I want to have your back, but every day it's something. Whether you think Johnny Unitas is Joe Namath or 3 times 10 equals 50, every single day it's something. And nice misdirection with that horrible shirt with the flowers on it. Who dresses you, dude? All right, so let me go off the beaten path with this one.
All right, let's see if we can do him a solid and get him a parody. Here we go.
What the hell? What the hell? We're having a good day. We're having a good day. This guy deserves another shot. I did bring the hook pretty quickly yesterday. This guy deserves another shot. Why the hell not? It's Friday. It's a long holiday weekend. I've only got 1 hour left. I've got good interviews coming up. It's been a good day. What could happen? Parody Larry. A show first. Back-to-back days. Not because I have to. Not because I need to. I literally want to. Parody Larry. Larry, what's going on?
Albie, my man, cue up that scene from the X-Files.
That's what usually happens to him. So he has bad calls, but y'all ever had a good call or a bad call on a sports show? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lynn's trying to get in on that show. For a guy who's in the GOAT conversation, LeBron's what, Daniel? An ambassador of the league would have competed in the dunk contest because it's what's best for the league. Fair enough, Mac. Steph Curry will be hard, but I can't wait for Draymond to get the out of here. Yo. What's up, Athena? What's new, Chatters? Did LeBron make a decision? Athena, I thought he made a decision, and I was wrong. I got hooked by the fake shams. One knock on LeBron. He never. Oh, yeah, we just hit that. Okay, here's the thing, though. Mike didn't come into the league with the LeBron hype. Mike almost had to do the dunk contest, or almost did the dunk contest, and it turned into a launching pad for his career. Horse, will you text Larry and tell him I am literally on the air? Please. Horse, DM that man and tell him if you would like to call this show, he can call the show and hash it out here. Please. Anyways, MJ did the dunk contest as kind of a launching pad, launched his career, right? So LeBron coming in, living up to the expectations, which he did, and not doing it. Do I hold that against him? I don't know. Do you all hold the baseball players, or hold it against baseball players that don't do home run derby? You know what? It's not one of those things that I'm going to hold against him, but it is one of those things that he decided against that could have really been great for basketball. Let's put it that way. Preston, have not seen Preston in a minute. Ryan, Carmelo Anthony said $100 million contract isn't really $100 million contract after taxes, agent fees, and state taxes. Basically get cut in half. What's your take? He's right. I'm not sure about depending on where you live, but no, he's absolutely right. Just you can chop off if you're a Sacramento, and here's where it gets complicated. This is a great question by you, by the way, Preston, because where it gets complicated is the players get paid by where they're working. So if you're a Sacramento King, you're going to pay taxes on 41 work dates in Sacramento. But then as you travel around, you're subject to the state taxes for that day's pay in that state. So if the Kings are in Dallas or in Texas, they're going to get Texas. If they're in New York, you get what I'm saying. But yeah, you're right. It comes out to, again, depending on state taxes. If you're a Sacramento King, you can chop off 25 to 30%. But there's other things, and I'm not going to get into the legalities and the CPA stuff. There's things that guys can do to negate that. But I will also go on the other side of this. You are losing your agent fees. And in some cases, they're well spent. Look at a guy like Ace Bailey, who tried to let a family friend represent him, and how that just really crashed into the ground. Look at what's happening right now with Kawhi. You know, his uncle was doing stuff for him for a long time. Kawhi just switched agents. You know, that might not have turned out well for Kawhi, depending on how this investigation comes out. But on the other side of that, Preston, everything is paid for. Like, besides your living expenses, if you chose to, you know, take the team up on what they offer, you could have all your meals paid for. You do have your meals paid for on the road per diem. So I think it's $161 that they got this season for each day on the road. If you're at home, you can eat breakfast, lunch, and probably dinner at the facility. When you go out, a lot of times you get comped. Sometimes you do not. Clothes, just wear King's gear, man. Or here's what other people don't think about. You have so many like up and coming or startups that are trying to become brands, sending clothes to these guys and just asking them to wear it one time on camera, because that could launch that person's business. So like you can get your clothing basically for free. Like, yeah, look, you make a lot of money, you pay a lot of taxes, unfortunately. Do we have Parody Larry here? I miss Hawk. Hawk is a great dude. I will tell you this. Haunted Horse knows this. Grant and I would have never been together on the radio at Fox if it was not for Adam Hawk. Very thankful for him. And same for Grant, but Adam Hawk behind the scenes, nothing with Fox that Hawk did, but just personally with me, some conversations. I'm so grateful for Hawk. Love what he's doing. He's doing what he loves. Go check out his company, Nation Golf. They've got a really good podcast too. And their golf wear is pretty cool. I love their golf wear. It's like the classic, like 1970s kind of stuff. So, all right, who is it? Do we have Parody Larry? Are you there, Parody Larry? No, it's a candle. It's Cassie. What's up, dude?
Okay, Ryan, I'm gonna be transparent about the situation, kind of more modest because I kind of see both sides. Like as far as like LeBron, like I get like he's holding up the league, the schedule, and everything, but like I can't put myself in his shoes, in his body. I don't know what he's thinking. Like it could be more serious than we think on a personal level. But like, here's the thing, Ryno. Like, okay, because each year the schedule basically comes out the third week of August, and the actual season doesn't start until like late October. So there's still some wiggle room. And I know from like hearing from guys like you and Grant and like James Ham people, there's a flex room, like there's a flex like space that where teams can say like, oh, let's change this, or so I'm saying like he's probably thinking about that, like, hey, like guys, chill, Adam Silver, like let me take my time, like there's plenty of time. And also, right, think about this. There's no deadline. It's not like you're a high school student and you have to pick what school you want to go into, for that fall. And in free agency, he what he could do, Ryan? I swear to God, he could do this. I mean, I don't think he's going to do this. I highly doubt it. But there's no deadline. He can literally just let like half of the season play out, and then he could just, jump on a team, 40, 50 games in. Like, what do you make of all?
I mean, he could. He won't. Kaz, here's the problem that I have with it.
Okay.
And it's just what I believe. He knows where he's going. It's already been decided. This is all a game. Like, he thinks he's playing the media. He's playing the sports world. If this was genuinely like man, this is a tough decision. Do I want to go home? Do I want to do this? Like, just by Rich Paul shot that theory down. He shot that theory in its foot by saying teams reached out and said, is there any more we can do? And Rich Paul says, nope, he has everything. Like, you don't need to do anything else. Like, the decision's been made. Just do it. I get what you're saying, Kaz. It's unprofessional. It's not a great look.
I mean, it is hard to tell if he's just trying to draw more attention. I'm going to be honest. Like, it is kind of difficult. And this is actually definitely something like I do read into when I like follow sports or even just like people in my personal life, like what are they possibly thinking? But it's just like, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. It's kind of just adds more drama to the off season. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's kind of fun. I'm just a funny guy, I guess. So
you like trolling people. I mean, you come on the show and put a candle on the air. I get you. You've got a sarcastic side. You talk about how many candles are lit if a girl's coming over. Like, I know your type, Kaz.
I gotta have a trademark, man.
Yeah, I know your type. If Kazzie's actually your real name, that might not even be your real name.
It's the nickname. I wanted to be honest with you.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I get you, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a role model. You're supposed to be a role model. Like,
yeah,
he's weighing, to me, they're looking at shooting this as like a documentary thing. Like, the decision to me is not as much about basketball as it is business. And I've said that from day one.
And it's like, as far as LeBron, like, here's the thing. When he went to Miami, I was like, wow, like that's a perfect fit for you. Like, when there was Coach Bode and the roster they had. I thought that was a very well constructed team. I'm surprised he left after 4 years. And yes, he went to a Cleveland team, which was also pretty well constructed. But I'm thinking like if he had stayed in Miami, I felt like that Miami team could have probably won at least 2 or 3 more rings.
Maybe.
But who knows? Like, I don't know. I think this is just kind of a phony drama. Going to be honest, like I enjoy the drama, so it's funny for me.
Here's the thing, Kaz. Like, there's this group of individuals that are top names in their fields, especially in sports. Like, they're only tolerable in segments. You can't take them. Like, once you hit the 5th, 6th year, like you're over their antics, you're tired of their team. You kind of see through it. And I put LeBron in that category. Same way I would put Jim Harbaugh.
Do you think
category? Go ahead.
Do you think this is to a degree like him switching teams like this? Do you think it's in that same KD tier, or is it like a little different?
Not as bad. Not as bad, but he's close. He's close.
Okay. Got you.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you, Kaz. Make sure you blow that candle out before you leave the house, dude. Kaz is a character, man. What do you think Kaz looks like? I've kind of thought about that. I think he's kind of like tall and slender. He says he goes on a lot of dates. So he kind of got like the skater look to him. No, he might have like a little punk rock look to him. Is Kaz tatted up? Maybe. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Okay, Patrick called the Jim Rome Show 12 years ago, speaking to his staff about an idea. They put me on the air with him. Good job, Patrick. War Patrick. Good job, man. Horse, have you ever called the Jim Rome Show? I don't think you have. He's been on the Jim Rome Show in video and like contributions. Dude, if I text him, he will know I am available for a call. Good point. Let's check in with my phone, see where we're at. Yeah, but it's still going. Okay, no problem. All good. Yep. A lot of red for missed calls. Kyle Kuzma clapped back and said nobody said they have to have a 5-car garage, etc. Yeah, I mean, need versus want. They're two very different things. You are asking me to jump on a grenade. Yes, I am. My bad. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can answer any more questions really quick. I had one call. Well, I've had a lot of calls that have come off the rails, not intentionally, but there's definitely one that stands out that I do not completely remember.
5. What does NBA stand for?
National Basketball Association.
National Basketball Association.
Let's go.
What is the regulation height of an NBA basketball hoop?
10 feet.
10 feet. Who is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history?
LeBag James.
LeBron James. What is the name of the championship trophy awarded at the end of the NBA Finals?
Didn't they change it? They changed it, I think. I always call it the Larry O. I think they changed it.
The Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy.
There we go.
Which player holds the record for the most career assists?
Anybody? Initials are JS. JS are the initials. 3, 2, 1. John Stockton.
John Stockton. Which team has won the most NBA championships in history?
Anybody? Anybody? That would be the Boston Celtics.
The Boston Celtics. Which player holds the record for the most rebounds in a single game with 55?
Ooh. It's got to be Wilt, right? Got to be Wilt. It's got to be Wilt.
Wilt Chamberlain. Who holds the record for the most career three-pointers made?
Well, the background gives it away. The background gives it away. It's Steph Curry.
Stephen Curry. What two cities are home to the two original NBA teams that have never moved?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, the two teams that have never moved. Which two cities? Boston. I'm going to say Boston and is it Boston and New York or Boston and Portland? Okay, I might get knocked here. Could be the Spurs too. Good job by you, Lifestyle. Let's see.
Boston and New York.
Dang! Still perfect. Let's go. How about that? Those were all good guesses too, y'all. Peter got it. Boston, New York. Paul got it. All right, here we go.
Okay, time to step it up. Who was the first player in NBA history to be voted MVP unanimously?
Ooh. First unanimous MVP. Guesses? Anyone? First unanimous MVP. Curry? MJ? I think I'm gonna go with Justin and Peter in Icebox. I'm gonna say Curry. I feel like Westbrook comes to mind too, but that could be wrong.
Stephen Curry.
Good job. Good job, y'all.
Who was the first non-American player to be named NBA MVP?
Ooh. First non-American player to be named MVP. Was Hakeem an MVP? I'm going to say Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
We're perfect.
What player scored 100 points in a single NBA game?
We know that. Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain.
By the way, is the video too loud or too quiet? Let me know. Holler at me so I can make sure that we even that out.
What two players are often nicknamed Superman?
Dwight Howard and Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. What was the original name of the NBA?
Ooh. Ooh. National Basketball Alliance, CBA. I don't know. CBA?
The Basketball Association of America.
Oh, okay. Missed
What team did
2.
LeBron James play for when he won his first NBA championship in 2013? The Miami Heat.
Duh. ABA. Yeah, there you go.
Which NBA player is known by the nickname The Logo?
Jerry West. Come on. Let's test ourselves a little bit.
Jerry West. Who was the first player to win the NBA Finals MVP award?
Ooh. That's a good one. First player to win the MVP award? Finals MVP. Peter's saying West. I was thinking West too. Let's see.
Jerry West.
Good job, Peter.
What player won an NBA championship with both the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat?
Oh my gosh. It feels like Rich Paul and LeBag put this thing together. LeBag James.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, that's right. Good job by them.
Which team made the most appearances in the NBA Finals without winning a title?
Ooh. Utah? Utah?
The Phoenix Suns.
Ah.
What player won back-to-back NBA MVP awards in 2005 and 2006?
Kobe?
Steve Nash.
Ah. Okay, now we're getting up there.
Who was the first player in NBA history to be named MVP, Rookie of the Year, and All-Star Game MVP in the same season?
MVP, rookie, by the way. Rookie of the Year, All-Star Game MVP. Damn. First season? Who is that? It's not LeBag. First season, I don't know. Chat? Anyone? Nash? Somebody says Nash? First season? No.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Duh.
Who was the youngest player to win the NBA MVP award?
It's got to be somebody directly from high school. So that narrows it down. It wasn't Kobe, was it? Shaq went to college. You think it's Tyreek? Let's see.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Who holds the record for the most NBA Finals MVP awards?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. What player holds the record for the most consecutive games played in NBA history?
Ooh, John Stockton?
AC Green.
AC Green.
Which famous rapper is often seen courtside at Toronto Raptors games?
You've got to be kidding me. Drake's in on this video too. Wow. Drake's such a bag.
Drake.
All right, so we're through 26. We're through 26. Look at some of you. Y'all had it. Y'all had AC Green. Good job. I know the pictures are kind of giving you a hint, right? They're like, the backgrounds are giving you a hint too a little bit. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Phone. Still going. All right. Has my soda water exploded? We will see. So, any other memorable calls to talk radio shows that went good or bad for you? I'll share one with you that I do not remember. Yes, there is a call that I made that I do not remember making. How is that possible? Was I like blacked out drunk? Like, what do you guys think happened? How would I not remember a call that I made? Any guesses? I'll let you guys guess that here in a few minutes. That's messed up. Dark. Drake. Oh my goodness. All right. I do not remember. I do not. Horse called KNBR and flamed out badly. It's hard to flame out if it's just like a straight up local sports show. Now, like if it would have been, did any of you ever just get ate alive by Grant? Curious about that. I know Dennis, who no longer watches this channel, got taken to the dresser a few times by Grant. I do not remember. I legit do not remember making this.
So I got an idea. Why don't we go right to Ryan in Sacktown to see how that goes? He's already on hold. Ryan in Sacramento. Ryan, what's up? How'd that feel?
Lane, man, good call, man. You got some whatever that is, but yeah, there may be a little urine dribbling, but hey, Lane, you know what? It's all right, dude. We're all friends here. Rome, I wanted to just straight up war the medical team here. The jungle karma was strong with my hip replacement. In fact, I printed out a golden ticket, gave it to the team, and you know what I rolled into surgery to? Baba O'Reilly. So anyways, successful surgery. Thank you for the karma. Thank you for the team. By the way, Stuck Nut Boys, great show last night. War, whatever the hell is running through my IP right now. War being ready for the 30th. Love y'all. Minus Riverside, Bakersfield, and Fresno. I am out.
The only thing missing from that is this real life?
Yeah, the surgery call.
Is this real life? War, whatever is pumping through my blood system or my bloodlines or my IV or my HV or my HVAC or whatever I'm on right now. War that.
I just had.
Can I get some more of whatever it is I'm on right now? Yo, dude, where's my hip? Where's my old hip? Is that my new hip? Where do I keep the old hip?
I do have questions about that. Where did my old hip go? That was not a good call. That was not. That was epic. Yeah, I was bumped.
Does the old hip, is it like a spare tire? Do I put it in the closet? Hey, can I get some more of whatever it is you gave to me? What do you mean? I didn't urinate down my leg. I sound great. I feel great. I rolled into the operating room bumping Baba O'Reilly. Ain't nothing but love, Lane. It's all good. You know why it's all good? I'm pilled out of my freaking mind. You know why it's all good, Lane? Percocet, brah. That's why it's all good. Wow, is this real life? Did I call the jungle? You know what? I'll bet. I bet I can call the jungle again. No, dude, seriously. I bet he calls next hour and doesn't even know that he just called. I'll bet you we hear from Ryan in Sacktown next hour, and he does not know he just made that call. Never mind that whatever he's all hopped up on, that produced his best call ever. Whatever he's all hopped up on.
Seriously, though, what happened to my hip? Where did it go? I would like to know the answer to that. So there's my flame out. Anybody else? Grant corrected you once. He was right. Yeah. It's funny because you think that he's like upset like the way he corrects you, and he's not, and like people back off from him. I respect the people that go in on Nate sometimes. All right, let's get back to this. Let's see what we're doing.
Career wins.
Is it Pop or Phil? I'm going to say Pop.
Greg Popovich. Which team was the first to win 3 straight NBA championships?
Not a LeBron team. The Chicago Bulls. Oh, it might be Boston.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
No, the Lakers. Really?
Who was the first player in NBA history to record a quadruple double?
Quadruple double. First player in history. Should have ground it up and put it in the necklace. You can't ground it up now. I don't. Quadruple double. I'm going to say Wilt.
Nate Thurmond.
Nate Thurmond.
Which NBA player is known as the mailman?
Keep it moving. Karl Malone.
Karl Malone.
Whoa, they put him in a Lakers jersey. That's hilarious. You know, I can't see the pics in the background. What pics? What background pics? Talking about what's behind me? What background pics? How do you put Karl Malone in a Lakers jersey? Come on, man. Oh, okay. I get what Paul's saying. He's only listening, so he's not seeing the silhouettes. Okay, fair enough. He's doing it straight up. All right.
Welcome to the hard round. These questions will separate the casual fans from the diehards.
Okay, how many do you think we get this round? I'm going to say we go 6 out of 10. Let's see.
What year was the NBA founded?
1971.
1946.
Dang it! Okay, 0 for 1.
Who was the first African-American player to be drafted by an NBA team?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Chuck Cooper.
We might not even get one.
Who was the first player to be drafted straight out of high school? Moses Malone. Who was the first European-born player to win the NBA MV award?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay, we got one.
Which player won the first ever slam dunk contest in 1976?
76? I have no idea.
Julius Erving. What was the first team to win an NBA championship?
Not the Kings.
The Minneapolis Lakers. In what year did the NBA officially adopt the three-point line?
Ooh, that's a good question. '76?
1979. What NBA superstar was nicknamed the Big Fundamental?
Tim Duncan. So we've gotten 2.
Tim Duncan. Who holds the single game record for most assists with 30?
30 assists. Damn, Stockton maybe?
Scott Skiles.
Scott Skiles. There's Skiles.
Which team won the 1992 U.S. Olympic Dream Team gold medal?
Okay, hold on. Which team won the 1992 U.S. Olympic Dream Team gold medal? The freaking Americans. The answer is in the question.
The United States. If you made it this far, congratulations. Now, let's see if you can answer these near impossible questions. Who was the first player to win an NBA championship with 3 different teams?
3 different teams. Thinking of the Bulls teams. I'm thinking of the Lakers teams. Did Shaq get one with Boston?
John Sally.
John Sally. All right.
Which NBA player won the 1986 Slam Dunk Contest
despite
being one of the shortest players to ever compete in the event?
Great dude, great interview. Spud Webb.
Spud Webb. Who was the first player to hit an elusive triple-double for an entire season?
Russell West. Oh, no. Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain. Or was it Russ? It's Wilt.
Oscar Robertson.
Or Oscar. Okay. My bad, Oscar.
Which player played the fewest minutes in an NBA game before fouling out?
That's tough. I don't know. I do know.
Bubba Wells.
Bubba Wells. I do know Ben Wardrop, who was on at SDSU when I was there on the team. He held the NCAA record for fouling out the quickest for, I want to say, close to 10 years. That was hilarious. Bubba Wells. Okay. We're almost there.
Who was the first person to win MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year?
MVP, Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year. Jerry West?
Larry Bird.
Oh, Larry Bird.
What player was the first to record 10 steals in a single game?
No idea.
Larry Kennan and Kendall Gill.
Kendall Gill was a
Which
nice guy
NBA
back
player
in the
was told to shut up and dribble by a Fox News employee?
LeBag James.
LeBron James. Who was the first player to be named Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season?
Bird, I don't know.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt. Always go with Wilt.
Which team had the longest winning streak in NBA history?
Golden State Warriors.
The 1971-72 Los Angeles Lakers with 33 straight wins.
Who was the first player to win the NBA Finals MVP while on the losing team?
Ooh, that's a good one. Is it Jerry West or Wilt Chamberlain?
Jerry West.
Oh, okay. We're there.
All right, that's it.
Good job, y'all. That was fun. That was fun. See, we're trying to have some fun. Dog Days of Summer. We got who comes up tomorrow? Jerry Reynolds will be joining us. Looking forward to that. I know what has been interesting and a very big story has been hold on, let's keep that to sports. That is just sports. The Ryan Clark situation. I know y'all asked me about that yesterday and like the ESPN layoffs. I mean, cable television is a dying breed with streaming. And, as much as we like to make fun of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, he was a little bit at the forefront And had Netflix not kind of switched their model too, right? Like, remember when you used to order your, hey, youngins, do you remember when you were kids and you could only get your Netflix DVDs by mail and you had to mail them back? Then it went to like a box and then it turned into streaming. Well, somebody back in the day said it's going to be like choose what you want instead of buying an entire cable package. And that's kind of where we're at. And with ESPN paying as many people as they are massive contracts, I mean, you could probably look at ESPN's books, and I bet you that 5 salaries make up more than everybody else on the books at ESPN. Ryan talking like he's old. I am old. I'm gray, my man. If you had hair, you'd be gray too. Anyways, there's this big thing about Ryan Clark, and I talked about him a little bit yesterday. ESPN is doing a bunch of layoffs. Carl Ravitch, who has been the host of Baseball Tonight for close to 33 years, he is gone from ESPN. Cam Newton is gone. Sports Center stalwart David Lloyd. Injury expert Stephanie Bell, former All-Pro linebacker and talk show host Bart Scott, as well as NFL Network analyst Charles Davis. Love Charles Davis. He used to do some great work with Grant on the radio. So more names to come. Ravitch was the big one besides, obviously, Ryan Clark. Now, a lot's being made about what happened with the way that Ryan Clark was fired. So ESPN was planning to lay him off on Tuesday. That was the plan. And the news started to break while he was on NFL Live. So somebody leaked it out, and you can like kind of narrow down in those instances where the leak came from. But it was starting to get out there. And so while it wasn't like when I read the story and when y'all were talking about it and you're like, oh yeah, they yanked Ryan Clark off the air. Like, no, they didn't. They literally let him finish a segment and then he didn't come back for the rest of the show. And it was a show that had 4 different people on the show. So it didn't look unnormal for somebody to be gone from the segment because sometimes those segments jump around with the talent. So I actually praise ESPN for doing the right thing in that sense. Ryan Clark's going to land on his feet. I don't agree with the way he dresses, but he is very eloquent. He is able to communicate the game of football, especially with the defensive side. He's able to put it into terms that a lot of non-football players, people sitting at home, can understand because football coverages are just insane. So I don't have a big problem with that. There was another guy at ESPN. Speaking of a Ryno or a grievance, hold on. Let's pull this story up. So bizarre. So one of ESPN's, here we go. ESPN's Matt Miller. This is from The Athletic. A crash nearly killed ESPN's Matt Miller. Then came the fraud allegations. In the days before his Ford Bronco, what's up, Oj, drifted into the path of an oncoming semi truck. Holy crap. Matt Miller was settling debts. Miller, 43, has worked for ESPN since 2021, becoming a key figure in the NFL or in the network NFL draft coverage. A self-described, quote, bad high school football player from Liberal, Montana. He had landed one of the most coveted jobs in sports media, et cetera, et cetera. He had some charitable, so a brand, cultivating a brand that included a range of charitable endeavors, coat drives for children in need, scholarships for students of color, and supplies for teachers. He was, as one friend called him, a quote, local hero. But over the past 2 months, the image of Miller began to crack. Dozens of social media posts accused him of stiffing the winners of fantasy football leagues he ran, leagues he billed as benefiting charities. Commenters also questioned the legitimacy of the charity fundraisers he routinely held. Oh, I'm sure he was donating to the Human Fund, right? It had to be the Human Fund. Who hasn't donated to the Human Fund? Speaking of grievances, that's so funny. The Human Fund. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? What's that charity? The Human Fund?
We've got a problem. There's a memo here from accounting telling me there's no such thing as the Human Fund.
Well, there could be.
But there isn't.
Well, I could give the money back. Yeah.
George, I don't get it. If there's no Human Fund, those donation cards were fake. You better have a damn good reason why you gave me a fake Christmas gift.
Well, sir, I gave out the fake card because I don't really celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Festivus.
Oh my gosh, which leads us to obviously the airing of grievances. Yes.
The airing of grievances.
So
I got a lot of
anyways,
problems with you people. Now you're going to hear about it.
here's what happened. He lost an arm, Matt Miller, in this car crash. He lost an arm in that accident. And on June 25th, Miller's X account shared a link to a GoFundMe page to raise money for his recovery. And the responses included both wishes for a speedy recovery to health and suggestions that it was his latest ruse. The GoFundMe campaign exceeded $51,000 from hundreds of donations before Miller's family paused it on July 3rd. In his email, Miller said the funds likely would be used to help cover a prosthetic as well as provide his parents and girlfriend financial relief while they care for him during his lengthy recovery. The Missouri Attorney General's office announced or launched its investigation into Miller's charity activities on July 2nd. How about the timing? By Wednesday of this week, the Attorney General's office said it had received 26 complaints. Those complaints were made by people who had paid for camps and participated in fantasy football leagues where no product or minimal product was delivered, according to the Attorney General's office. Miller's GoFundMe is not part of the investigation. So he gets in a car wreck. He loses an arm, puts a GoFundMe up. Then all this fraud stuff comes in and he loses his job. And now he is being investigated by the Attorney General. Talk about a U-turn. I don't wish harm on anybody, but I am a strong believer in karma. Super strong believer in karma. That is rough, dude. That's charity, man. You can't do that. That is bad. I promise you the King's Court Discord is not doing that to you. We are going to be bringing you a more intimate version of the King's Court over on Discord, which is going to include live watch parties for some Kings away games. We're going to do some monthly get-togethers and exclusive interviews. And I really shouldn't call them interviews because they're going to be conversations. If it's a good interview, it should feel like a conversation. These are legitimately going to be conversations. If you're not familiar with Discord, it is like a meeting room. It's a digital meeting room. So when we have a guest on, it's not me talking to the guest and all you listening. It's everyone participating. And it's also off the record. It's not being recorded. We're not putting it on YouTube. So we're going to have a lot of cool stuff over there. You never know when I'm going to pop up on Discord. I'll be posting a bunch of links to some of the stuff that I'm going to write throughout the season that only you will have access to. And definitely be putting some different thoughts there that I might not share on this show, and maybe some inside stuff that you'll only get on the King's Court Discord that will be launching this season. We're hoping to be up and running by the middle of August. We'll 100% be up and running for training camp. It is going to be a monthly membership fee unless you sign up this week. $20. You can send either Venmo or PayPal. That will get you the entire first season of Kings basketball on the Kings Court Discord and a Founders t-shirt, compliments of Bennett's. Huge thanks to Brian and the team at Bennett's. Check them out, bennettsrestaurants.com. Prime Cuts Seafood and Steak, 3 locations here in the greater Sacramento area. So become a founder of the Kings Court Discord. And if you don't, that's all good too. Come join us once we are up and running. It will be subscription based, though. It'll be a monthly fee to join, but it's going to be a fun and different environment, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you to all of our founders that have already gotten in on it, and can't wait to get started with it. Y'all know I've been working really hard. I've talked about it here on the show, really hard on the Discord page and making sure that we've got a lot of fun stuff going over there, building it out. So anyways, Grant back tonight with me, or I'll be with Grant, I guess I should say, tonight at 7 o'clock. Looking forward to that. I appreciate everybody dropping in. Fun show today. Man, I didn't mean, I'm sorry to get into as much LBJ as we did, but this is just intolerable. And the only reason it came up today is, again, I thought that he announced it because I broke form in my morning routine. 7 o'clock, Grant, Ryno, back. Join us if you have time. A's rookie hits first homer, then suffers testicle rupture? What? Hold on. All right, I guess we're not ending. This just hit the X. Let's take a peek really quick. See what we're dealing with. That's brutal. Oh. Go a little bit larger. 23-year-old Oakland Athletics infielder and third round pick from Rutgers launched his first career homer off of Arizona's Mitch Bratt in the second inning at Chase Field, helping secure a 5-2 win. In the fifth, he fouled a liner into his groin, collapsed in pain, but lined a single before leaving with a testicular contusion that required surgery the next day for a ruptured testicle. Oakland, oh my gosh, recalled infielder Max Muncy and pitcher Hayden Janger from AAA to fill the roster spot, while the gritty rookie showed his resolve by finishing the at-bat. Damn. Big ups to my man. That is brutal. And he finished the at-bat too? Whew. You are a hero, my friend. You are a hero. How is that not getting more run? Damn. Icebox. That's nuts. Dorian, can you send me the I'll shoot it to you for sure. Oh man. Why do you need a disclaimer for that? Dude. Like there's certain things like dudes, guys, we're never going to know about what it feels like to give birth, right? Like we're just not going to know. Contractions. Similarly, that is just a feeling that it's indescribable. Like damn. Got a base hit. Yeah. Dude, John Kruk thinks that's awful. Damn. That's a tough man right there. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, just the thought of that is just a oof. There's a couple things like when I think of them, like thinking of that, 100%, I get chills. Nails on a chalkboard, I get chills. Brutal. What a tough dude, man. What a tough dude. Damn. You know what? You are a King's Court legend already. My man. All right. Go support him. Holy crap. Oh, Philippines. What's up? How you doing, David? Tell your father hello as well. You went to a strip club and lost an arm and a leg? Where do I even start with you, Horse? Horse.
Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
What are we doing? Oh my gosh. Horse and his humor. All right, we're off the rails. We'll be back tomorrow. You know what it is. Jerry Reynolds Wednesday. Can't wait to have Jer back. Start thinking of your questions now. Before that, though, Grant and I will be back 7 o'clock tonight right here talking the past week in sports and taking your questions and hopefully having a spirited debate. Give us a call. Join in, get in the chat. We're looking forward to it. All right, we're out. Court's dismissed. Have a great rest of the evening.